poison ball. How did you come to these cons with your cheerful face and act like nothing was going to happen?
Brilliant. How did you?
I'm a good actress. On a larger scale, though, that's not a secret you want to blow. I had a huge responsibility to keep that quiet because as a fan, for this show and other shows, I wouldn't want to know the outcome before it happens, you know, so you have to take care. It wasn't easy. I mean, the time was taking, we had the actor strike, the writer strike, you know, everything got pushed. I kept it quiet for you guys. Thank you.
I mean, really, do you have any idea what we were sitting on last year?
I have a question for Michael. Michael, when they first introduced you as a love interest for Starbuck, it used to be when a character... Oh, sorry, Michael Zuko.
I had every Your coma.
It's bigger than I've been used to.
Sorry, go ahead. When you were first introduced, it seemed like you'd be an easy candidate to get a bullet early on in the series. Thank you. And they waited till the end of the series to do that. Once you found out that you were one of the final five, what was your reaction to that?
Job security. Oh, renegotiation. It was, well, yeah, I think most people know the story by now. I was just slated to come on the show for 2 episodes. And the idea was to mix up this, you know, become a third leg of this triangle between Starbuck, Apollo, and myself. And yeah, it was written so that basically, you know, she shags the guy and then she kicks me out the door and never twitched on me, and that was it. I was supposed to be gone and done. And she says, you know, I'm coming back for you. And that was just a line. I think that we may even had it, but I don't know how much merit I gave it at the time. And then, I don't know, I guess Ron and our writers got together and they looked and they're like, man, it's just kind of there's a lot to be mined from this relationship. And so they decided to keep it alive, and she came back for me. And even then, I was coming back at 1 or 2 episodes at a time. And, you know, it would be like, I want you for 2 more, maybe 3, 5, but not 8, but 7, it's 9. It's 10 more episodes in season 3, and that's it. 15, and we're cutting it off. Can't come back for 22, I swear. And the end of the season came along, and of course, as we all got our information, Aaron Douglas was the first one to break the news to me. He's like, dude, you're Sal. South, over to South. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm not even on the show. So, you know, mistake me for somebody else. So, needless to say, that was a long way of answering to tell you that I was flattered. And I was intrigued, and my reaction was much different than Hogan's, who was just pissed. No, you weren't wrong. So I was extremely flattered and grateful.
This side.
Hi, I'm Navarre, and I love you all so much. But I have a question for Candace specifically. At first, like I loved Dee so much because she was always like capable and cheerful, and she was just the best. And then like later on, it seemed like she totally got the shaft. And then like eventually, what happened to her? I was just so depressed because I didn't think that she would ever like like to Gaga looking at the pictures, and I was like, oh my god, oh no. So I was just wondering like how you dealt with the way her character ended up, and like what it was like to go to that dark place, and maybe, I mean, I guess you can't really say if you're pissed that she got the shaft, but I am.
You know, the writing on that show, particularly for me, sort of paralleled my own journey. I don't think I was entirely conscious of it at the time because I was in it. I was sort of having my own subjective experience. But I did sort of start out in a high place, and I mean, it's dark material, and I guess just my personality and how I am, it quite permeated me. And I think I did become a tragic figure, sort of in of myself and through portraying Joella. And I thought it was a graceful and necessary end, in a way. That she really had no other place to go but to offer one final moment of control over her life. But yeah, when I read it, I cried. I still cry.
Hi. This question is for anybody who cares to answer it. For those characters that you don't feel the question has already been answered, what do you feel was the biggest reveal for your character, and how did you respond to that?
I think the biggest reveal for me was in the last episode in the passage when Starbuck had, I guess Enzo had told Starbuck about my past, and Starbuck approached me in the hallway and said I could have been responsible for transporting Cylons. And when I read that, everything that Kat had been throughout the last, 2.5 seasons kind of made sense for me, and the episode made sense for me. Because when I first read the episode, I think they added that like in the second rewrite or something like that line. But when I first got the episode, I was like, who cares if she was a drug runner? There's only 39,000 people left, and you know what I mean? Who cares if she was a drug runner? Like, she's working with the fleet now. Who cares about her past? But when they said, that she might have been transporting Cylons, that was a big reveal for me, because I think that's why she was trying so hard to be such a good pilot, and why she went from not knowing how to fly at all to just like excelling and pretty much being the best pilot on Galactica, other than Starbuck, but she did get the top gun, so. But yeah, so I think that's why she was, was trying so hard and, excelled like that.